Back at it again, revealing how little self-control I have when I walk into a bookshop by sharing with you a stack of books I bought in the past month. Love putting my book buying problem on display for all to see. We're back with another book haul, another book stack, another TBR growth. Today's video is being sponsored by Bloomsbury, and I'm super excited to share all the book goodies I got. I've got some fantasy, I've got some contemporary, I've got some new releases, I've got some old releases, I've got some books. Well, I hope I've got books. This is a book haul, so let's get to it. First up here, I've got Golden Boys by Phil Stamper. I want to be a golden boy, but you've got to read the book to be in the club. And you also have to have 4 pairs of sunglasses, apparently, because it's an elite club where you wear sunglasses and eat gold for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This cover has shades for days. It makes me want to wear a stack of sunglasses. And so a stack of sunglasses I will wear. I'm not gonna lie, this is not the vibe. Much better. This story follows 4 boys who are brought together after bonding over their sexual identities. They're all gay, they're all focused on school, and they all have big dreams. Bam, bam, bam. It's their summer before senior year, and they're about to embark on a big adventure. They're each tackling different opportunities over the summer in hopes of creating a grand future for themselves. I'm pretty sure all I did the summer before my senior year was read. And I have no regrets about that. I had my own grand adventures reading my butt off. Literally. I have no butt. Anyway, back to the book, not my butt. What will all these things mean for the future of their friendship? Insert dun 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 audio here. I love books about friendship and the complexities that come along with them. Friendships have so many ebbs and flows, so many ups and downs. And if I'm being honest, that can provide a lot of drama to read about. And if there's one thing I love, it's drama. And by that I mean I love reading about it. I don't want it in my life. I blame my love for reality television for that one. Speaking of reality TV, Phil Stamper's first book, The Gravity of Us, had a reality TV element, which let me just say, that book is criminally underrated. More people need to read it ASAP. Anyway, Golden Boys is set during the summertime, which I'm actually very excited about because I'm currently enduring a winter storm here in Missouri, and this will come in and light things up. Give me the summer vibes that I need because I hate winter. I hate snow. I hate ice. I hate all things cold. I need a little sunshine in my life to come and melt away all the snow. And of course, I'm always on board for a contemporary. Even though I'm trying to read more fantasy this year and not have contemporaries take over my life, I still love them. I'm still gonna read them all the time. But don't you worry, I'm still working in the fantasy. Which leads me to my next book purchase. I made a pretty big investment, and some of you are gonna judge me. Some of you are gonna be like, why would you do that? So bear with me, give me time to explain. I bought the new editions of ACOTAR. I wanna be in the ACOTAR club. I wanna be in the know. I wanna know what all the talk about wing size is. I wanna know why everyone thirsts over Reese. I want to know what has everyone sweating over book 2. I need to know! I took a little break from Sarah's work just because it's everywhere, and sometimes when everyone is talking about a book, I run for the hills and read only things that I don't have expectations for. These books have really high expectations attached to them, and that always scares me. But I'm gonna do my best to cast away all my expectations and just enjoy this series. Like, just have a good old time with it, you know? Just eat it up! You might be wondering why I got the new covers when I have the original covers. And I have my reasons. The first reason is because the books that are coming out in the future will all be in this design. And I'm the type of person that is bothered when book covers like have cover designs in the middle of the series, so this will fix that problem. Is that a good enough reason? No, but it's my reason. And my second reason is I'm gonna annotate the heck out of these books. I'm gonna write all over them, just gonna take ink and just bleed it all over the pages. I bet that bothers some of you. And you know what? I hope it does. Let's go over the new covers, shall we? First up here, we have ACOTAR. We've got a wolf here being penetrated by an arrow. Penetrated is quite the word, isn't it? Kind of gives me the chills. The arrow is penetrating the wolf. Here we have a Court of Mist and Fury. We've got a bird thief on here. Clutch your jewelry because this bird thief might penetrate it and fly away with it. Penetrate. A Court of Wings and Ruin. It's got a dagger penetrating this flower wave design. Penetrate. And finally we have a Court of Silver Flames, which has a mask for a masquerade, and it's being penetrated by the sun. Penetration. Penetrate. Penetrate. And that's my analysis on these covers. If you don't know anything about ACOTAR, it started out as a Beauty and the Beast retelling featuring fae, and quickly transformed into something completely different. It's full of fae, romance, and adventure. That's all you need to know, because that's all I know. The next book I picked up is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This story follows the quest of a girl who is working to free her mother from the most immortal being in the realm, which obviously is a struggle. That girl is going through it. She is struggling trying to get mommy back. She can't just go knocking on this door at the realm and be like, yo, give me my mommy back. Like, it ain't worked like that. No, 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 no. The story itself is inspired by the Chinese moon goddess, which I don't know much about, but like it has me wanting to like look it up before I read this book, which I think I'm going to do before I read this book, just so I have a little bit of a background on the Chinese moon goddess. The day I got this book though, I opened up TikTok and I found a TikTok on my feed that was ripping this book to pieces. So that made me a little sad. But what are are the odds that that specific TikTok would pop up on my feed the day I got this book? Like, my phone is stalking me. Apparently my FBI agent who is following my every move is doing a great job. Give that man a raise. Except not, because how dare he let a negative review of a book that I'm excited for slip through the cracks. Get better at your job, bestie. What have I even done to you? I entertain your life on the daily being the weirdo that I am. You know too much. I've been wanting to read books lately that have these like big adventure elements within them. Something like a Studio Ghibli film, honestly, where there's this grand adventure, but there's also like lots of themes and messages tucked in every corner. And I just feel like this could be that book. We shall see. Next up, I got The Red Palace. This story follows Hyun, who is on a mission to clear her bestie's name after he is accused of murder. My throat. But this ends up thrusting her into a world of court politics, which is honestly a messy place to end up at. And all the evidence that she is finding is leading to something that could just completely change the course of everything. And that evidence is leading to the murderer, in fact, being the crowned prince. Girl is about to shake things up in this court if that ends up being true. I'm excited about this because it's got a historical element, a murder mystery element, and a friendship where they'd go the length to clear each other's names. Load that cannon and shoot me into love territory. That's where I'm hoping I end up with this one. Readathon is coming up, which is hosted by Chloe and Monica, which is a readathon that is focused on reading Korean books, and I feel like this could be the perfect pick for that readathon. I'll leave more information down below in the description if you guys want to know more about Readathon, but it's taking place from March 7th to the 13th. Next up, I got the first book in the Zodiac Academy series, which is Zodiac Academy: The Awakening. I picked this book up after having this book be talked about in my TikTok feed over and over and over again. I was like, you know what? Fine, I will give in. Also, if you want to follow me on TikTok, I'm at jessethereader on there. I'm planning to be more active on there soon. This is a new adult fantasy romance book, which I know the red flag there is romance. But the TikTok folk made it sound so fun, and I am clearly easily influenced because this book is now in my hand and I'm currently reading it. So I chucked it in my cart and now it's in my hands. This book is about these twins who are from our world, but one day they find out that they are Faeborn. It turns out that mommy and daddy were once queen and king of this place called Solaria. The girls are taken to this place and they must attend and graduate from Zodiac Academy in order to take back their kingdom. I'll admit, I have started reading this book and there have been some questionable things that have happened and some questionable lines, but what I will say is that it's freaking fun. Like, way too fun. It's bothersome to me how fun it is, because I should not be having fun reading this book since it is a romance. How dare I like a romance book? How dare I? My whole personality has been about hating romances, and look at me now. I'm going through a life crisis, okay? I've not even hit midlife yet and I'm going through a midlife crisis. It's one of those books though where when you start reading it, you just like lose track of time. Like, it has that ability and it's scary. Like, I'll just be reading and it'll be 2 a.m. and I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? It was 8 p.m. 5 minutes ago. And I can't say that that's a sign of a good book, but they're doing something right. That's what I'll say. The next two books go together. I asked for some recommendations on Twitter because I have been hungry. Not even hungry. I've been starving for just a really good solid fantasy lately. But a solid fantasy that not a lot of people talk about because, you know, I like to try and read stuff that isn't the most popular, says the person that just hauled Akatar. I don't want to talk about it. These are the first two books in a trilogy. First up, we've got an Alchemy of Masks and Mirrors, and the second book, a Labyrinth of Scions and Sorcery, and these two are a part of the Risen Kingdoms trilogy. I believe this is essentially a Three Musketeers inspired fantasy. In this, we follow two characters. We follow the person protecting the princess and the princess herself. The princess comes from a family of powerful sorcerers, but she herself hasn't inherited her powers yet. Then we've got this prince who comes around asking for the princess's hand in marriage. But things are a little sus when we find out that the prince's last marriages have ended up with the wifeys being dead. Yikes! Red flag, red flag, red flag! I bought the full trilogy, but the third book got lost in the mail, which is honestly a reader's worst nightmare. But you know what else is a reader's worst nightmare? Is when the books are different sizes. Book 1 is taller than book 2, and that is a problem. It's gonna stress me out. Ay. I've never read the OG Musketeers book, but I have watched the superior Musketeers animated masterpiece that is Mickey, Donald, Goofy, the Three Musketeers. And I think that's honestly enough, right? Something that I've really started to hate about myself is that I already have all these like fantasy options on my bookshelves that I haven't even read, and yet I feel the need to pick up more because I need more options to choose from. Why can't I just read what I have? How is that so hard? I blame the mood reader in me, the book jumper that I am, my inability to commit to books. Enough of me attacking myself. I love myself, says the person that just pointed out something that I hate about myself. Imperfect characters are the best, and that's the lane that I fall into. Therefore, I am the best. was hard for me to even say that. Next up, Epic Reads sent me This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi. It's honestly been a minute since I've read a Mafi book. I feel like this is honestly an entirely different lane for her, which is something that I respect about her as an author, because she's always dipping her toes into different genres, different age groups, etc, etc, and I am very excited about this book. This one dives into the YA fantasy pool, and in it we follow a servant girl who is about to flip the kingdom upside down, because Girlie's got a secret, and that's the fact that she is the long lost heir, just hiding in plain sight, and she is going to full on uproot the kingdom. Spicy! Go off, girly! Do your thing, honey bunny! Remind me to never say honey bunny ever again. Don't let those words leave my mouth ever again. You're done. I'm hoping it's filled with Mafi's lush writing. I'm sure it'll have a romance bit. And I'm eager to see what this world is like and what kind of magic it has within it. Finally, Epic Reads also hooked me up with something else, which I think this could potentially be something that will just make me very, very happy. It's a book that I am highly anticipating. Let's open it together, shall we? The book is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. It came with an invitation that cordially invites me to Gallant. And I got this cool little journal that has a G on it. So cool! I love me some bookish goodies. The way I am so excited about this book, it's got illustrations inside of it. Oh my gosh. I feel like this is a book that sounds confusing, but like once you're in it, it's not confusing. Like you just understand, everything clicks. But I will try to explain what this book is about, but it might be like a little bit misleading as to what it's actually about, because I don't fully know what it's about. In it, we follow this girl named Olivia who is attending this academy, and she knows nothing, next to nothing, about her life and about where she came from. But one day she's invited to visit her home. But when she gets there, she quickly realizes that no one was expecting her. Despite her cousin being hostile and these like ghoul-like creatures walking the halls, it's the first place that's felt like home to her, and she's determined to unlock the secrets that are hidden throughout this place. I recently read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I freaking loved that book. Oh ho 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 ho. I'm hoping to work my way through a majority of V.E. Schwab's books this year and just finally get caught up with her. That way I can finally be caught up with my queen. I'm very excited about this book and I can't wait to get into it. These are all the books I've picked up and have been sent recently. This is heavy! Be sure to let me know down below in the comments if you guys have read any of these books and what your thoughts are on them. Which one should I read first? Let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't read any of these books though, just let me know down below in the comment a book that you've picked up recently. And tell me if you started reading it yet and what your thoughts are on it. I want to know. Give me all your thoughts. No, not this. Book murder. Oh no. Let's set the books aside for now. If you like this video, be sure to go and hit that like button. If you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe or go and hit that bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your day is bright, that tomorrow is brighter. Keep reading what your heart desires, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, go.